Yesterday's price is not today's price.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Dr. Paul, you in the house. What's up, man? Dr. Paul, are you there? I think you are frozen. Yeah, all I see is I just see your stone cold face and your solemn demeanor. But hey, I tell you what, if we can get you back. Hell, am I even on? If we can get you in here, man, we'll try to get the show going because I just see you making faces right now. But I tell you what,
Sorry,
hello?
I just got audio up. Yep.
You got audio up?
Yep, I can hear you great.
Yeah, I hear you great, man. I'm here running my mouth. I'm like, does he at least see my lips moving? Because I'm just talking.
It was on my end. I got it now.
Good stuff. Look, man.
Oh. Did we lose J-Dub? Are we live? He's the mastermind, so if I'm live by myself, let me message him. Y'all, I'm not equipped to run this show by myself. I'll show off a Golden Age book.
Am I back?
He's back.
Hey, that's cool. We had our first technical difficulties. It's crazy. It's bound to happen. You just never know when it's going to happen.
True.
Yeah. I was going through all my troubleshooting. And I'm just like, unplug this, check this, tweak that. Anyway, we're back. So, hey, man, it's actually a big show today. I'm going to try to run through it and keep it kind of brief as possible, but there's so much going on. Now, between you and your family, did y'all happen to catch the new Spider-Verse movie?
We have not yet.
Okay, let me tell you, that movie was amazing. That
movie
was
to it. Yeah.
It's an incredible movie, and they managed to jam-pack like hundreds of spiders, like the whole Edge of Spider-Verse, all the spiders made an appearance. It was phenomenal.
Awesome. We usually will wait like 2 weeks and let the crowds die down generally. Occasionally we do one or two things. If we're really, really hyped, we'll see it opening night. We'll go stand in line. Maybe we'll show up in cosplay, right? Yeah. Or we'll wait 2 or 3 weeks and let the crowds die down. So we're going to wait a little bit.
I got you. Well, the cool thing was with so many spiders being featured, I noticed it bumped up some certain books, Spider-Verse books, Edge of Spider-Verse, Vault of Spiders. And we're just going to take a look at some of those books real quick and talk about which ones are some good keys to grab. So, all right, so here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to talk about Miles Morales because that's a modern grail, all right? We're not even going to talk about UF4, all right? UF4, for those who don't know, UF4, right?
Oh, I know. I got me a minty raw copy.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. I got like a raw 9.8. I'm confident it's a 9.8.
Do you want to show that off while I go over the list, or is it packed away?
Do you want me to run and go get it? I can go dig it out.
Dude, of course, you can't talk about it and not see it. Yeah.
All right.
You want to go dig out this minty raw, all right? If you want to go dig that out, While I continue with the opening, we'll do that because that'd be great.
All right.
All right, cool.
See you in a moment.
Sure. All right, you guys get to chill with me right now. How y'all doing out there? Okay, J-Dub, the bad boy nerd. Welcome to the F.O.C. Top 10 show, where we do it countdown style. We look at 10 books coming out every week. All right. I compile a list of 10 of the hottest books, covers, key issues, first appearance, variants, ratios, and we like to put together a list. I release the list every week on Instagram. You can always go to my page. My Instagram page is there at the bottom, at the bad boy nerd. Every Friday, I put this list out. I know there are people that have me on Instagram. They're like waiting for me to put out this list. I'm also impressed or surprised at what pops up on the list from week to week, because roughly 200 and something books come out every week, somewhere between 180 to about 200 and something books. So I literally scrub the list of 200 books and just go and see, like, what are 10 books that we can look at that are some kind of key book, put together the top 10 list. We do the show countdown style. Check out the list. I put all the pretty pictures together on Instagram. That comes out Friday afternoon. But if you want to get the list early, you can watch the show either live or watch it on broadcast. All right. So today, what's up, Mo? Talking about ASM. Hey, bro, you right there, man. That's one of them. That's one of them for sure. So yeah, I wanted to look at some of the Spider-Verse books, because that movie was phenomenal. I'd have to give it 10 out of 10 for all intents and purposes. Across the Spider-Verse, animation, the tone of the movie, the emotional weight of the movie, the storyline, the visuals. Oh my God, the soundtrack. Yo, why did they open with Rakim? I was like, oh man, I started rocking in my seat when they opened up with the return of the R. I was like, yeah, this is true. Miles Morales is for the culture. But enough of that. All kinds of, I don't want to give away too much for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it's got great cameos. It's got like hundreds of, what do you call it, Easter eggs. Yeah, it's just like fanboy, nerd girl heaven. It's a great movie. And I didn't even know this. Spoiler, non-spoiler, it's part of a trilogy. So this is like the meaty part. This is like the Empire Strikes Back of the Spider-Verse trilogy. So yay. It's a great time to be alive. If you've seen it, you're probably like me, probably going to go see it twice. If you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it immediately and get with the rest of planet Earth. That being said, I got a few books for you guys to look at. We're going to talk about some books. Seems like Dr. Paul has something special he wants to show us. So let's just jump to that real quick.
Damn, yeah.
What do you got for us?
Are you talking about this, or are you talking about the thing I mentioned to you?
Yeah, what is that you're flashing before our eyes? What is that? Is that UF4?
Yeah.
Look at that. God, look how shiny it is.
This is the Mylar, right? But this is a raw copy that I bought. I paid $80 for this. I think I got a little discount. It was 80. It was listed 80. I think I said, come on, friend, discount. It's done good. It's got two non-color breaking spine ticks that I just haven't bothered to press out because this is my personal book and I'm too busy working on other people's books all the time.
Right.
But yeah, you gotta have it.
Gotta have it. That's sharp, man. And you got that
are
for
you a comic book collector if you don't own that?
I
only say that jokingly. I'm really against people being snobs about collecting. Collect whatever you want. Collect quarter bin books if that's your thing. I'm only joking.
You know something? I don't own any of the modern grails. I wasn't collecting then.
Right.
And I felt like I didn't have enough information to know what price to buy it at.
Right.
And it was one of those, for me, it was like a missed moment. So anything around 2010 to about 2018, I just don't own. I just don't.
Yeah.
So I don't have Ultimate Fallout 4. I have no variation. I don't have no iteration. I don't have the first uh, um, Spider Ghost, Gwen Stacy. I don't have that.
Right.
Ghost Spider, whatever.
Edge
I
of
don't.
Spider-Verse
Yeah,
2. Yeah.
I don't own any of those. So for all you people out there who do own it, especially if you were someone who bought it retail, bravo, strong J,
Right.
strong J.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
got
man.
some. Actually, I got some books in from a client recently. It's a lot of those grails that they bought, in their pull box. So they got them like you. They got them like 20% off retail, right? And they said, I guess these are valuable now. Could you press them and sub them to CGC for me? I got a bunch of those books in my to-do box right now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, here's, man, you are the man. Look, we got to talk more about that, but here's one of the books that's starting to pick up some steam right here. Is that showing up?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So again, listen, you're putting me in a precarious situation. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, and I shan't. But Spider-Punk is awesome. I'll leave it at that. Don't put anything in the comments. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
Spider-Punk is a bit of a scene stealer. He's probably my favorite part of the whole movie. This book right here actually came out like late last year, 2022. Yeah. I mean,
this is the first self-title, but this isn't the first appearance, right?
No, it's not the first appearance.
Right.
And that's the thing. The reason I wanted to show this one first is because this book sat on the shelf for months. Like, you could have got 20 copies of number one. They're going for over $10, $12 sales on eBay now. Like, I saw the price jump like the week of the movie. And I was like, wow, really? Spider-Punk solo? Yeah. Dude, people really love Spider-Punk.
Yeah.
Like Hobie Brown. And yeah, his appearance in the movie was so awesome. It was so great. Like, dang, they like what they did with that character. I'm a bigger.
Now you're getting me hyped. Maybe I'm going to move up my date to go see this.
You should, man. I'm a bigger Spider-Punk fan now than I was prior to that. Yeah, that's a book. You know what? And I guarantee you, man, if people have one of those, what do you call those shops, honey pots, where it's just a shop with just stacks of books.
Yeah,
I bet you those are sitting in some bins right now.
There's still some around, yeah.
Oh yeah. I bet you.
You find stuff. Now, if you're out there digging, you find stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I have the first Spider-Punk appearance. Do I? Oh, what do we have? Look at that. There it is. Now, see, this one is a good one to get right here. Okay, this is a really good one to get. I think there's a lot left in the Spider-Punk tank. He's just a very dynamic character. All right, he's got some edge to him. So yeah, if you're going hunting down for this ASM number 10, which was part of a longer Spider-Verse storyline, yeah, this is his first appearance and maybe a couple other spiders. Hundreds of spiders, but there are certain ones that stand out more than others. Another one I was looking at. Now, again, don't want to do a spoiler, but this other spider really had some, how do I say it? Significance. All right. I think this is the first appearance of Spider Bite.
Oh yeah, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is the first appearance of Spider Bite, and she's a young black girl who uses a solid light based avatar as her spider.
I know the character. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I got to go back and find these issues because I wasn't collecting when all this whole Spider-Verse thing took shape and took off. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as a lot of people. I got to go hunt these. But I tell you what, after watching the movie, I definitely want to own these, like for long-term holds, for sure. Absolutely, man. That movie's that good. It'll make you a believer. Here's another one for you. This one, this guy, they gave him some really good shine. Is it? Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
There again. I'm trying. I'm treading lightly here, treading carefully. There are moments where every significant spider gets some shine.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man India, he had his moment in the sun.
I think my brother told me somehow he ended up with this in his pull box.
Spider-Man India?
Yeah, my brother's told me he has this.
Really?
Just kind of accidentally, you know.
Well, here's the thing. It's so obscure.
Yeah.
It was a I'm downloading another one. It was a very obscure kind of I don't know. It was an obscure book during that time, right?
Yeah, this is a while back, and I think my brother was buying Ultimate Spider-Man and a few other titles. I think the shop pulled it and said, "Hey, we just, do you want this or not?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." He was telling
really Spider-Man India.
Yeah.
Look, he said visit India in December. His scene stole the show for the. Oh, look at that! See, look at that. That's funny. That's cool. No, his character, the way they presented his character, yeah, it was pretty. I was impressed because I didn't know much about the character, a Spider-Man India character, but I was surprised that he was featured prominently, and like now he's on my radar. So I'm like, yeah, I have to dig into that some more. Oh, here's another one that you're absolutely. This one you're gonna like because this one just came out, and I believe I bought maybe 5 copies of this one, right? And I didn't even know he was going to be in the movie, but he makes a great appearance in the movie as well. And I already looked it up online, and this book just came out, like 2 months ago. And yeah, for whatever reason, people really love that cover with Spider Rex and Venom Rex or whatever. Venom Rex.
Well, because it's kind of awesome. That's why they love it.
It's a very hella awesome cover.
Yeah.
And now they're going. It's selling online in the double digits. I saw the price.
That doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah. And I got like a box of these sitting, in my stash, like of this cover.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I was actually going for a Spidey Killer. I got the Ken Lashley Spider Killer cover, but then I have about 5 copies of Near Mint Plus of this cover sitting in my stash. So yeah, this one's getting some love too. Now I'm about to show you something that's more into your category. Like this is something you would go for because now we're digging deep. I got, and this might be a little tiny bit. Can you see that? Maybe I can make it bigger.
It's not up yet. Oh yeah, it's small. Prowler.
There we go. Yeah, the original Prowler right there. I think this is the original one was Hobie Brown.
Right. Yeah.
Now, would you consider this like I don't know, some kind of book to go after, seeing with all the Prowler stuff going on? Would this be something, I don't know, you would be interested in?
Oh, absolutely. I think any ASM issue, you know what, I consider sort of like the whole Silver Age up to more or less issue 101 first Morbius, right? Morbius.
Yeah.
I consider anything there to be a key issue. I don't care what happens in the book. It doesn't have to be key in terms of a first appearance or something. Ordinarily, I would say the first 100 issues of ASM, but just because you have 101, you have the first appearance of Morbius, I just say first 101 issues, right? So, I mean, if you're a serious collector, if you're a serious Spider-Man collector, that's what you want. The first 35 issues are, the original Ditko. Then John Romita takes over. This is still John Romita here. If I'm not mistaken, maybe John Romita Jr. actually designed one of these characters that his dad pitched to Stan. I don't know if it was the Prowler or if it was the Shocker. But I think if you look that up, John Romita Jr. was still just a little kid, and his dad was the artist on ASM, obviously. This is John Romita.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Junior,
this is John Romita Sr. cover here.
Junior came up with the idea for the Prowler, but his dad designed the character.
Yeah. I think this was literally the first contribution to comic books from John Romita Jr. when he was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he
6
8 years old or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really young.
He was a little, yeah. Dude, you know what? If you got it, you got it, man. It's in his blood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. John Romita Jr. obviously.
Yeah. So Junior, he designed the Prowler.
And this is a great cover. Like I said, and it's in that sweet spot. I think there's obviously people who love Ditko, people who love Romita. I think they're both amazing. So I don't put a special distinction around one or the other. Obviously, most of the big Spider-Man rogues were introduced during Ditko's run.
Right.
But Romita brought his own thing to the book, which I think really modernized it. And that's a huge book. What's nice about those books too, sorry to interrupt. If you collect like lower grade raw, you can still put together almost that whole first 100 issues without breaking the bank. I mean, there's obviously some, your first Green Goblin and your first Doc Ock and stuff, but
right.
Especially when you get in that John Romita era, from 40 through 101. I mean, especially if you like to collect readers, you can put together the whole thing for without breaking the bank, and it's just fun. The hunt is fun,
Well, it's cool because the classic Silver Age Spider-Man is the bulk of most of the big time rogues gallery for Spider-Man.
Of course, yeah.
But since the 2000s, they expanded obviously into the Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. So now you have like these modern keys, which are, I'll be honest, I was a big, what do you call, is it a pundit? Like I didn't really care for the Spider-Verse, to be quite honest, outside of like Miles and Gwen. Look at that. That's the Okazaki variant.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 1 in 50.
Yeah.
This was the first Okazaki character cover that I saw. He absolutely nailed it.
It's stunning. Yeah, it's a great cover.
Yeah. And it's also when I first realized that Spider-Punk was black, because I didn't know he's black until I saw this cover and he showed like his mouth with the mask up.
No.
I was like,
that's a brother in there.
That's a black dude up in there. Okay, like that's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, he's so badass in the movie, man. He was my favorite character. Then there's that cover right there. Yeah, no, I'm like team Spider-Punk all the way. But no, look, what's funny, when this one first came out, this cover shot up to like $200.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, this cover was hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Which was crazy because I actually thought the Del Mundo was the one to go after. It's the 1 in 25. I really like that Del Mundo, but people really, really loved the Okazaki. And as you know, I've been going after Okazaki covers ever since. It's almost like Okazaki kind of had the same effect as Sozomaika. Like they had a grand debut, and then all their covers caught fire.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're both great covers. I like the Okazaki myself.
Absolutely. All right, so Dr. Paul, before we get into this week's top 10, and this is a special one, I'll tell you that. It's a little different. Before everyone gets all anxious and excited, it's not going to be the biggest one of all time. That still holds the record like 2 episodes ago. But it's got some stuff on it. Now, what do you have for us this week?
I did want to plug a video. I put 2 videos up in the last week for Golden Age books, high grade slabs. This is one that I put up, I think about 5 days ago.
Is it the?
This is a really cool. So this is Superman. This is actually Superman 37. I'm just going to flash this one up real quick. This is a prankster cover, and this is 1945. This was written just like 60 or 90 days after the war ended. And it's in that transition period when the books started being just a little bit more lighthearted, and we were in a war recovery effort. Paper drives were still on. And I do a whole video on this, the prankster. Prankster is actually one of Superman's classic Golden Age villains. And this is his ninth appearance. And so anyway, anybody interested can check that out. But yeah, the one I really wanted to talk about is a really special book. This is Green Lantern number 13. Okay, this is 1944, middle of World War II. And what's
go closer to your camera. Go closer to your camera. There you go.
What's really special about this book, you can see right here. I want to show this on the label.
8.0?
Yeah. But can you see right here what it says?
You can tell us here.
This is the Davis Crippen D copy. What that means, for those that don't know, this comes from the Davis Crippen pedigree. And Davis Crippen was a collector. I mean, he was kind of a hoarder, if I'm being honest. He was what they would sort of politely call a pack rat. And you can see right here that it's from his pedigree collection. This is, there's only 5 graded higher in the census than this book. There's only 42 total in the CGC census for Green Lantern number 13.
Of all grades.
All grades, only 42 in the census. And like I said, only 5 higher from the Davis Crippen collection. So this is a very special book. One of the things that's interesting is this just has, like, if you glance at it, you don't know that how special of a book this is because it's just got the standard universal grade label.
Right.
But CGC now puts these in their pedigree label, the gold and black label. And so I bought this for what I think is a really great price. I did a whole video, about 20 minutes long. I talk about CGC pedigrees, the history of pedigrees. I talk about Crippen and his pedigree, specifically his collection, which sadly didn't come to market until after he passed away. It was brought to market by his estate and his children. There's actually some intrigue because an unscrupulous contractor stole about 2,000 books from his home and sold them into the marketplace.
What?
When they had access to him and his wife's home because they were doing some contracting, and thought, oh, gee, we'll just take advantage of this old couple. Disgusting. But anyway, intriguing story. And so I did a whole video to talk about the history of this book and what an amazing story it is that book survived in such high grade, and that it ended up in my hands, and I'm the caretaker of it now. And a funny story, J-Dub, Davis Crippen was a war hero. He was also a University of Michigan grad. So what's really amazing about it is this guy, a Michigan man, a Wolverine, bought this book. It sat in his collection. It survived theft and a bunch of other things, and was finally brought to market 2006 and ended up in the hands of another Wolverine, yours truly. So anyway, really special book. People are interested, they should go check it out. Yeah, it's this is, I love all comic books, and as you know, I think people should collect what they love. But for me, this is what really gets me excited these days, just because once you've owned a lot of the sort of grails from the Silver and other ages, and you are chasing stuff that you haven't seen before, you get into these Golden Age books where there's only 40, 50 copies in the census.
Dude, this book is 80 years old.
Yeah, just about 1 year shy. Next year, it'll be 80 years old. Isn't that incredible?
And it was an 8.0. Now, did you do their conservation on it?
No, I've done nothing. In fact, what else is funny It has no graders notes from CGC.
What do you say?
This is a
like, what is there to say about it?
Well, this is a pet peeve of some people. They're like, unless it's a 9.8, it should say what the heck's wrong with it, right? People get angry if there's especially like a 9.4 or below that has no graders notes. I've never seen an 8.0 that has no graders notes. So this collection, unfortunately, was
when you have an 80-year-old book. Look, when you have an 80-year-old book and you're picking nits, people start to tune out. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's 5 higher in the census, so that means there's at least 5 that someone picked fewer nits than they did with this one. but I'm very happy with it. And you know what? So it's interesting. Green Lantern was actually not super popular in the Golden Age, so he was kind of a second-tier character. He barely sold enough books to have his own title, and so his title was only quarterly. And one of the interesting things about that is that means that there's only 38 issues.
Right.
And there aren't any mega keys. The first appearance of Vandal Savage is there, and then issue number 1 is a key because it's number 1, but it's not his first appearance. So other than those 2 books, especially raw lower grades, again, this is Golden Age books. You could reasonably collect the whole run. It's not that outrageous. Only 38 issues, right? If you put your mind to it, if you used your techniques to buy modern books and then flip most of them, you could use the revenue to collect the Golden Age Green Lantern series. So anyway, it's fun. I didn't want to take up too much of your show, but I wanted to point people to that video, and hopefully some folks that will enjoy that content will check it out.
No, man, it's totally fine that you do this highlight for these books, because we talked about it before. The market, we got to look for new avenues to go into the market. And what you are doing with your, what do you call it, paper conservation?
Correct.
That is correct. Not restoration, but conservation.
Yep.
In my opinion, that's the next frontier. So, yeah.
I dropped a conservation video this week too. I'm doing a whole series on America's Best Comics number 12. That's a war era book as well, from it's a Neater publication. And I did paper mending today. So I took 2 halves of the cover and mended them and made them whole, made them one again.
Sorcery.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't even know how to comment on that. It's almost a whole different language you're talking about.
It is. It's a little bit science and a little bit art. That's true.
Dark arts. Hey, you know what? We always look back at the previous F.O.C. list. So I got like 5 copies of this. This was my favorite cover.
Yeah.
And when I went to the store, like, they had plenty of Deadpool. They had the Batter Bloods, but the Scotty Young was the one to go first. Like, they on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they only had. Now I forgot. I actually forgot that this is the debut of
the female Shatterstar.
Shatterstorm.
Shatterstorm.
Yeah, yeah, she makes her big debut on the final panel. So yeah, that was a big one. I got a ton of those that I pre-ordered.
Shatterstar's, is he an alien or is he an engineered life form like Longshot? I forgot.
Yeah, something like Longshot. He's from that. If I remember correctly, he's from the Mojoverse.
From the Mojoverse, yeah.
Yeah. Now I got a little bit of beef with this one because I have about 10 copies of this. This is the actual first full appearance of Dr. Kuwata.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dr. Kuwata, who is the lightsaber engineer, mechanic, whatever. I'm not sure the market is recognizing it as such. I'm still seeing Star Wars 34, even though he had a final panel unnamed cameo or brief appearance. But this is like his official first appearance. I got like multiple copies of this in high grade. So I'm gonna hang on to these and see if see how the market responds to that.
Sure.
Um, Now this one right here, this is my favorite book, Philadelphia
cool.
30. It introduced Spawn into the Philadelphia universe. It
I was
just
going to
threw
say
everybody
that
off.
looks like Spawn. Sweet.
Yeah, and this is the second printing that added Spawn to the cover.
Cool.
Yeah. Now the thing about these, they don't print a lot of Philadelphia, so I would say roughly 25% of these get damaged. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really tough finding a high grade near mint copy. I had to I ordered like 6 copies and I had to go through those to pick out the ones that weren't damaged. So I have
Yeah.
about 4 of these. I'm actually oh, you know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna do a live Instagram sale, claim sale.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I have to. It's out of necessity. It's not even because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
money. It's like I got too many books. When I do an F.O.C, no, the thing is when I put in my order, I just order like multiples of everything,
Yeah.
and then they all come in at once. So I
You got to
got
let a few good things go. Yep.
yeah, look, I got
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 copies of
It'll
Ambassador
make
#6.
room.
By the way, excellent book. These sell out instantly. Okay, great story. Optioned by Mark Miller. He runs his own division of Netflix. So
Uh-huh.
this is basically the screenplay to
Yeah.
his upcoming. Yeah. So
That'll
yeah,
be
these are my
exciting.
yeah. I'm basically buying all of these. Great story. And another thing, I got to tell people that's watching this video, they've been having issues where they've been having what I call pinched edges, like the edges get pinched around the staple. So you
Okay.
really got to watch out to make sure you get a high grade near mint copy with a smooth edge because those pinched edges, like more than half of the copies on the
Mm.
shelves, are pretty much damaged. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to collect the ambassadors, it's a very hot book. Make sure you get a clean, edge-free copy. Are you ready for the top 10?
I'd love to just see you work your magic. I always enjoy the list. Always learn something. Always enjoy it. There's always a couple of cover stunners. You should play
Yeah.
the intro music again just to get people hyped.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. I like
You know,
that. You know what? I never thought to do that. Let's do that.
yesterday's
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
There we go. Now I'm ready.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's why
With
people
that
got to
being
get their
said,
FOCs in, right?
that's why people got to get their
Else they'll be
FOCs in.
they'll be paying tomorrow's price. They will be unhappy.
Dude, I'm so hyped right now. That was a great idea. That got me so amped up. Let me drink some Mountain Dew real quick. All right.
All right, let's
Great.
do this.
Let's do this. FOC top 10. FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. That is the date. You got to get your orders in to your shops. The distros get the orders. They put out the prints. 4 weeks later, your books show up like magic. You don't have to worry about fighting the crowds. You don't have to worry about them selling out. You can do like me. You can walk in and just have a bag of books waiting for you.
Just
and
like
you got
that.
them all. And life was good. It's just like that. So with that being said, let's do it for the culture. Starting at number 10, we have Pow.
Ooh.
I know, right? Star Wars Bounty Hunters 36. Now, as you see, it elicited the oohs and ahs because that is a hot cover, dude. Very
Yeah.
hot cover. If you're a Star Wars fan, you already know. But on this cover is Boba Fett and Deathstick, and they are actually banding together with a new group of bounty hunters. They kind of formed their splinter group, and I love Deathstick, and she's featured on this cover, and this is a great cover. Tell me what you think about that. I want to look up this artist real quick.
Now, this is a variant. Is this an open order?
I only do open orders on the show. Got to remember that
Yeah.
this show only does open orders. There are no store exclusives. Yeah, this is La Roca.
La Roca. Yeah.
Yeah, this is La Roca variant. Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. Squeezed in at number 10. Now
certain color combos always work.
I gotta say this. All right. I gotta say this. The main cover is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and show them the main cover. Just to let you know that, we got to show some love. Now, the main cover is really pretty cool because it has the whole.
Oh, that's cool too, isn't it? Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah. I mean, I think this is usually a very solid seller.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is going to move some units. But look at this. Have you seen the Ordway Classic? Look at that.
Oh, the throwback cover. This is original Star Wars number 43?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, this is done by Jerry Ordway, man. He's a legend.
Yeah.
He's a classic.
Wow.
Yeah.
The homage. I love it. And they even got a price box sort of reminiscent of the old Star Wars cover too. And then what they did is the trade dress, that's not the trade dress from the original Star Wars, but that's the trade dress from Empire Strikes Back limited series, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of people if you catch that, it brings back a lot of what do you call that? Like throwback memories or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can I dig that up? I'm trying to see if I can dig it up. Nope, can't dig it up. But yeah, man. That book cool. almost made the top 10. It barely got squeezed out. I just went.
I want to flex a little bit on this book. I've got that original Star Wars book with a Mark Jewelers insert.
Oh, you got a Mark Jewelers. I got a few Mark. Yeah, I got a few myself. That's a cool one. Yeah, that's cool. And what's interesting is, that insert. You can tell if you're digging through the dollar bins, you kind of see that little sliver at the top.
Yeah, sometimes you can. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can.
The other thing you'll notice, a lot of them are stamped with a little 5-pointed star. No, it's a 6-pointed star actually. And if you're just flipping through books and you see that it's a little star, a lot of the Mark Jewelers are stamped with that star. I think the PX would stamp it with the star sometimes.
The PX did that.
Yep. Yeah. So that's another way to find them in the wild.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah. I mean, we're just starting with some cover fire.
Yeah, love it.
This is a beautiful cover. I love the composition. I love Death Stick on the cover. Yeah, coming in at number 10. All right, so number 9. Number 9, if you guys remember, recently I featured a very, very, I don't even know how to say it. Do you remember number 1 of a couple of weeks ago was like a shocker, and I had so many people hit me up about that. Yeah.
I loved it. There was some pushback from some folks.
Hey, I only make the list, man. You can buy what you want. But coming in at number 9, listen.
Oh yeah,
Archie Books. Let me tell you.
I got something to say about this, but please go ahead.
So anytime an Archie book comes out with some kind of special, they usually introduce a new character, and then that character gets folded into the continual storyline.
The Archieverse.
And Archie's always good. Yeah, the Archieverse. And they're always good for making that jump to live action. Now, the thing you got to watch for is these aren't the easiest books to find. They usually only print a few thousand copies, maybe 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah.
Most stores either don't bother to get them or only pick up like 4 copies, maybe 5. And they're in the kids section. So all the kids come in snatch them up first. So when they do hit, now you got to go. Oh, I got to find it. I got to find it. So they made a big deal about this one online. There was some buzz about introducing this new character, and no
Casey.
one's sure. They're not really sure what the character is about. So the buzz was kind of strong from what I was reading. But yeah, this is the F.O.C. for this issue. If you pre-order, you can get it for like $2.50. I got a couple myself. What do you have to say about it?
Well, the Archieverse, Archie, Betty and Veronica, this is the real deal. Anybody who poo-poos this is, again, buy what you want, but this is real comic fans with a real comic character. Archie goes back to the very early golden age, and set the tone for a whole genre of books, teenage, humor books. And I have some Archies from the 40s, from the 50s. I have two Archies that are highest in the census, like literally the top grade in the entire census. And furthermore, with Riverdale and
Riverdale.
And the what the creative teams have shown is their ability to adapt this material to different audiences with different tones. And I think it's going to keep going forever. I will tell you, this is what other than bragging about having two Archie books that are highest in the CGC census from the 50s.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to say is I literally today bought myself a copy of Betty and Veronica. I think it's 320, but it's the first appearance of Cheryl Blossom.
I don't know who that is, but bravo.
Oh, okay. So if you watch the Riverdale, if you're into bad girls, obviously, Veronica, Ronnie is your girl for the seasons 1 and 2. But then in the 3rd season, Cheryl Blossom kind of out Veronica's Veronica.
Really?
Yeah. And so,
Ronnie cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cheryl Blossom, for those of you, it's an 80s book. And just like you're saying, they introduce a new character. There's not a giant print run on these books.
No, it's not.
That Cheryl Blossom book, even though it's from the 80s, sells for hundreds of dollars. And high grade, it tips, into 4 digits. So anyway, that's awesome. That's a great pick. Love it.
Yeah, what I've been showing is this one issue. Look at all these different exclusive variants.
Covers.
I mean, this is some serious like TNA going on here for Betty.
Yeah, this one isn't to my taste necessarily. Not that I'm offended by it, but it's just not like if I'm going to go in that direction, that's not the one I'm going to pick. But
yeah, no, that was the Michael McComb variant. But no, listen, the Beach Party Friends Forever. Yeah, anytime they introduce a new character, that's like it kind of flies under everyone's radar until the buzz picks up, and then everyone's like, oh, maybe I should go check it out. I'm just a person, a little bit ahead of the curve. I got it on my list. So yeah, this one comes in at number 9. And it's like you said,
what's interesting about this, Jay?
He's laid it out eloquently. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how they got Casey up here. So I like cover A because Casey's up here in the upper right.
Yeah.
Throw up a search for Betty and Veronica 320.
Betty and Veronica 320. All right. Yep. Go ahead.
And you're going to see the parallelism here. And it plays into exactly what you just said about when they do a special, they introduce a new character.
They do.
And if you look at the cover of Betty and Veronica 320, this is the first appearance of Cheryl Blossom. Look exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Upper right corner. She's not featured on the main cover. She's in the upper right corner, and they're announcing, here's your new character for this issue.
But that's what they always do. And every time they do it, they did it twice in the past year.
Yeah. And so this book here is a great, this is the modern grail. This is a great book, and hard to hunt down, especially in high grade, because kids, these are kids books, right? They were read, they were enjoyed. So anyway, yeah, this is it all comes around. There's not a lot new in the game, but if you pay attention, there's patterns, right? So pay attention.
Absolutely.
Cover A, there it is. Easy money.
Yeah, for sure. Coming in at number 9. Now, number 8, this one was interesting because I read about it about a couple of weeks ago. And this is Superman Lost. This is Superman Lost number 5. You're looking at cover B. Superman was lost in the storyline. He's lost in space for like 20 years. But for him, it was like a few hours. He thought he was gone for a few hours.
Oh, wow.
He was actually gone for 20 years. Everyone's wondering who this Green Lantern person is he's kissing. So there's a high possibility. No one's revealing anything yet because maybe no one knows. But there is a possibility that this introduces a brand new Green Lantern.
A new Lantern,
and a non-canon storyline. But she might make a future appearance.
Yeah.
If so, great cover. Cover B, Superman Lost, number 5, all white suit.
I feel like there's a lot of people going to be just trying to get lost themselves. It seems like it worked out okay for Soups.
Hey, look, man. When you're lost for 20 years, you got to do something to kill the time, right?
If I just wander off for 20 years, will this happen to me?
Hey, if you're lucky, you can find you a green alien chick like Captain Kirk used to. So
right.
Look, coming in at number 7. I this almost did not make the list. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It almost didn't make the list for obvious reasons. But you know what? I've been reading some comments. I've been reading a lot of articles. I'm going to reserve judgment. I actually read Amazing Spider-Man 26. I know how people feel about it, but they went the classic route. Fallen Friend. We've seen this before with Captain America. All right. But
this is the original cover to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You're right. It's the original Fallen Friend cover. Yeah, they just redid it for Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
And then, are you talking about the Death cover?
This is Captain Marvel. Yeah, this is actually the homage to Captain Marvel, the very first Marvel graphic novel.
Yeah. So that is the 1 in 50 variant, and I feel like, I feel like people are going to gravitate towards that one the most. The 1 in 50 variant is going to be a virgin variant. So if you're going to get this book, you want to try to hunt that one down. Otherwise, just go for the main cover. Just go for the main cover.
Wow, that main cover looks really emotionally powerful too.
Well, yeah, that's also a throwback homage. The Fallen Friend, was it Cap, or I think it was when Captain got shot? They did that.
I think you might be right. I don't know that. I know that Captain America was killed, and that led to the Falcon being Captain America and all that in that 2000s. I don't know all those covers well enough to say, but it does look familiar.
Someone in the comments will. They'll help me out with that. Carnero does the 1 in 50 variant. Carnero has a trade dress variant on Open Order, but if you want the version of that, it's the 1 in 50.
It's the 1 in 50.
Yeah, there's a it's got different covers, but for Open Order, you don't really want to break the bank. If you get the 1 in 50 at a decent price, I think that's the one to get.
It is cool.
Yeah,
I like cover A though too.
Yeah, no, cover A is the one. Get it pre-order, obviously.
Yeah.
Get it for under $4. Get it around $2.80, $3. Coming in at number 6. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 29, Hellfire Gala, of course. Of course, Peter's 2 women. Listen, I'm team Black Cat all the way. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Without a doubt. I mean, I love redheads, but I'm Felicia Hardy all day, every day. Yeah. I've always been. Oh, I've always wanted Peter and her to be kind of this thing, same way with Catwoman and Batman, but
right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the other side of that. I'll stay on Team Mary Jane.
You can.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Mo said it best. Peter likes trouble. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Look,
well, of course.
and she, it's funny. Felicia has that whole Spider-Man fetish thing going on. Like she's always like, Peter, keep the mask on and all of that. So
right. No, they're
look,
definitely
man,
both. I mean, obviously appealing.
Hey, look, David Nakayama. Again, we've talked about DNA all the time. He does covers that qualify for exclusives in their open order retail price. So.
Yeah,
And if you're
crazy that this level of artistry is an open order. And I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. I think I love this minimal trade dress. I actually prefer this to a full virgin cover. I love just the just very clean title down on the bottom there with the logo for the Hellfire Gala. That's money. That's really stunning. I like that a lot.
Whoever came up with the idea for minimal trade dress, chef's kiss to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the thing is, it was always the box forever.
Yeah.
And then someone finally said, "Hey, let's just put little line down at the bottom. Let's just do that."
Yeah.
Look, Nakayama
really looks great.
Nakayama, he raises the bar for like cover art. Yeah, I got to say this, Dr. Paul. He makes it so there's no need to even chase ratios most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe this is open order, man.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the Disney variant. Can I talk about this real quick?
Please. It's your show.
I feel like Marvel really dropped the ball with the Disney variants. And I want to get you guys comments. If you're the trench gang down in the trenches, when they did these Disney variants, they could have, first of all, got full licensure and did an entire What If Disney series. Like, write it and draw it. How much more collectible would that have been if they did it that way?
They'd have to pay creators to redo everything on the inside. They didn't want to have to do that.
So they slapped them all on.
So you got covers. Well, we'll start with covers. Maybe if they're popular enough, we'll get some actual interior content.
Well, the one thing I noticed is when these it's the odd numbered Spider-Mans when they've all been coming out since I think issue 15 or 17. Mm-hmm. The Disney, they sell quicker.
Yeah,
right.
I can see that.
Whatever's easily. Left, yeah. But I still say, I always maintain they should have corresponded with the heroes they're portraying. Like, this would have been great as Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel. It would have been perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been the cover to Captain Marvel 50.
I came up in the era when the cover told you what was happening in the book, right? And at some point around 2000, probably a little earlier than that, it stopped being about anything at all that was in the book. The cover was just a piece of art, maybe loosely associated with what's in the book. Now they're so far afield, like you say, what does this have to do at all with Spider-Man? Nothing, right?
Nada.
Doesn't even have the title. So
not even, right.
Yeah. I agree with you. I understand why we don't have covers that show you what's happening in the book anymore. I get it. I did enjoy that era, and I liked that when you saw a scene on the cover, you're like, oh, this scene is going to be in the book at some right. I'm going to read the story. And if I'm excited about this scene, I want to know how they got to this point. That's why I want to read the story, right? So those days are pretty much gone. But yeah,
I got two things to say about that.
I completely agree with you. This is too far afield for me to get excited about.
Yeah. So I got two things to say about that. First thing is they started a new trend where they'll do second print covers, and they will include interior art as the second print art.
A panel is a panel from inside the book is the cover. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It just feels like reused art.
Yeah. I'm a fan of second prints if it's original art. I've said
it should be a new cover somehow. Yeah, they should commission some new art.
Yep. With that being said, coming to number 5, Spider-Man 7 third print, and that is commissioned new original art.
New cover art. Yes. There you go.
That's
Great
right.
segue.
Hey, shout out to Mo. He put me onto this right before the show, man.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, this cover dropped, I think, today or yesterday.
Third print, you say?
Yeah. Spider-Man 7 third print. Yeah, these things sound. Listen, don't sleep on that second print cover, guys. Yeah. I mean, I say that because I got like 20 copies. But
full disclosure, I'm all in on the cover. But
full disclosure,
get yours.
Listen, we shall see what this new character Bailey is doing. Now, I'll tell you, I've been reading this Spider-Man run. This Bailey kid is very reminiscent of Bob. What was the name? The Sentry. What was his name? Like Bob or something?
It was Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like some plain ass name. But anyway, the power of a million suns. Hi, I'm Bob.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Sentry's whole retcon origin.
Right. Yeah. From New Avengers. Yeah. It's Brian Bendis. Yeah.
That's right. And I feel like the Spider Weaver woman kind of messed with Spider-Boy's timeline to the point no one remembers his existence. So all that being said, I'm all in on Spider-Man 7. As long as the prints have original art, I strongly think it's a long-term hold for me, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, it is great to get new art for these. It does make it more likely that people will want to sort of put together all of the covers, right? And
right.
It helps. And look.
Well, look at Dr. Afro. Look at Darth Vader 32.
Oh, yeah.
4 prints. Was it 4 or 5 prints? And people love the red one, the purple one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even just changing that color bar was something, right? They did the same thing with Edge of Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah,
and a couple other books. Yeah, they
get to I agree with Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, listen, salute to Spider-Man 7. Salute to Dan Slott and Ramos for giving us every print has original Spider-Boy art. So yeah, that comes in at number 10. It comes in the top 10 at number 5. And as a complete follow-up at number 4, Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, second printing. This is an open order Virgin variant.
Wow, this is cool for a second printing.
Yeah, this is this is basically the Virgin variant of the Sky Spider variant that's still sitting on the shelves.
Yeah, the one you told us about.
Of course, yes.
Like a month ago or whatever. Yeah,
a month ago. Yeah. So, I mean, put in this order, Virgin variant cover at retail price, second print. I mean,
wow, that's cool.
It's too easy. Yeah, Sky. I actually read the story. It's a pretty cool story. I liked it a lot. So, coming in at number 4, too easy. So, you're going to like number 3.
All right.
Because you already gave kind of a precursor to it. And it is exactly, it just so happens, you have not seen this list, and you describe exactly what number 3 is.
Oh, okay.
The throwback cover.
Got all the stuff we love, doesn't it?
Got it all, man. It's got it all. Let's get in on this. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
This is a throwback cover. This is Night Terrors number 1. And just as you described, it's got the old school World's Finest look with Superman on one side.
So looks like an issue of World's Finest, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And it gives you, like you said, a little bit of what's going to go on in the storyline. I love this cover.
Yeah, it's got the old DC Bullet from the early 70s.
Yes.
And it's got a fake Comic Code Authority on the right because the Comic Code Authority doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No,
But
this
you've
is a
got
great.
modern style art, but yes, in the sort of layout that they used to do,
Yeah.
which is like a scene from the story, right? And like I said, it draws you in, right? You go, well, how did they end up like this? How did these, right? And you want to know, you want to read the book. I don't know. Like I said, I understand why they don't do it anymore, but I enjoy when they still do it occasionally.
Oh no, this is. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell everyone that's listening out there. There are dozens of great covers for the Night Terrors. And in case you didn't know, Dr. Paul, Night Terrors is kind of like the Age of Apocalypse for DC. So Night Terrors is taking over all of the DC titles this summer.
Oh,
Yeah, starting next month or August. One of the
so they're
two.
going to suspend their normal titles, so be retitled for this crossover event.
Night of Terrors. Yep. All titles
Oh,
are
cool.
suspended. Everything's going to be Night of Terrors. The free comic book day was kind of a preview of what's going to happen. It mainly starred Damian Wayne,
Uh-huh.
but this event kicks off. I'm not well. Let's look at number 3, 2, and 1.
All
This
right.
is Night Terrors number 1. This is cover E. This is the 1 in 25 variant. I will be hunting down a few of these. So I want to own about 2 or 3 of this particular cover because I love this cover. So as always, I'll be
Very
looking for the
cool.
best possible deal, as close as I can get to ratio price. Yeah, about $30 to $40. We'll see what happens. But I was just like you. I love the throwback, everything about it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
my
so
favorite
cool.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matina does a great cover. All the great artists do. Jay Lee does an amazing cover.
Of course.
I just like the classic look of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to love the ratio.
Gotta love the ratio. So, speaking of classic looks, coming in at a strong number 2, Night Terrors again.
Oh.
It's the Night Terrors takeover. This is Night Terrors, the Joker. This is Qua, who's a great artist. All right, and it feels like he's doing a rendition of Jock's famous
It
Batman
does.
880. Yeah, right.
Yeah, very reminiscent of it without ripping it off, right?
Right.
Is
Yeah,
it an
but
homage? Actually, that's kind of cool that you're not 100% sure.
exactly. I like the way he did it.
But it's reminiscent for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, let's do the show. Alan Quad, I love his art, but let's do this. I mean, we're on the show. We all know what it
Pull it
is.
up.
It is what it is. Let's pull it up, right?
Pull it up.
Let me see. Detective.
I don't own this book, by the way.
Detective Comics 880.
Right.
It's one of those. Oh yeah, this is clearly a rendition representation. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what? It's the energy. How about that? It's got the same energy.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I like what Jacques did here. I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one. I like that, the upper part of it is all these little bats, right?
Right.
You don't have that same kind of element where it's sort of pixelated with some other object in the new cover.
Right.
But obviously, yeah, a lot of the same vibe, a lot of the same layout here. Very cool.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Again, 1 in 25 ratio. I think for those who are going after this book, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a grab for this cover. It's a great cover. I mean, it's got the sleepless Joker, nightmarish look to it. I love the black and white with the red eyes.
Right.
Just excellent.
Creepy.
Excellent cover. Alan Quad nailed it. This is the 1 in 25.
Great.
And yeah, make sure you put in those orders as soon as you can. Coming in this week at number 1. Now, let me explain myself real quick. Again, there are excellent covers, okay, across the board. Night Terrors is taking over this summer. The reason I got this cover for number 1, it's not that it's the best cover. It's not that it's the best art. It's that it's going to be the toughest one to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get this cover, you have to request it early. All right. I needed to say all that first. If you want to get this cover, it's
what?
all right. This is Night Terror's First Blood. This is the official first full appearance of the villain Insomnia, who's responsible for the Night Terror. This is right. I know. Get it out.
It's giving me night terrors right now. What? You got to get the poster.
Get out
I feel like we have to get the poster of this and put it up on the wall with a black light, man.
Bingo. That's what this is. This is black light ink. This is neon ink.
Wow.
I think it's meant to show up in black light.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get this is cover E, Howard Porter, done in neon ink cardstock.
Oh, that beautiful DC cardstock.
Yeah. It looks like a poster sitting next to a bong, sitting next to a lava lamp.
That is amazing.
Hey, I've already ordered 2 copies.
You said this is open order.
Yeah, this is open order. This is cover E, open order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
But, it's one of those ones you got to put that order in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. You
got to make sure your store
stop by the shop and just grab one off the rack if you haven't ordered it. They'll be gone.
Now, for those who know, Free Comic Book Day, it was kind of the cameo, brief appearance of Insomnia, but I don't count someone's eyes as an appearance, as you can see on this.
That'll be a cool book, but it won't be the book that really carries the day for long-term investment.
Thank you. This book here is supposed to be the character's full appearance as the storyline, you know.
Astro Wizard wants to know the cover price. So these covers with the slick are an extra $1.
With this one, so this is an oversized intro. This is a 48-page book. This is a 48-page book. Cover price is going to be $8, $70.99. You pre-order it. Certain websites you can pre-order it from. They take 30% off, so you can get this for like $5 or something, which is what I did. I already pre-ordered some copies. I ordered 3 copies at like $5.50 each or something. Spent like $16. So you guys know what it is. But yeah, I put this one at number 1 because it's such a trippy cover.
I love it.
If it makes it to the shelf, which I doubt, it's not going to last long for anyone who buys it.
I'll buy them.
So yeah, you got to let your store know.
Presumably, and you know what, we talk about it all the time, but again, it's worth repeating. If you have a big first appearance, you want the character to be on the cover, right? Presumably, this set of eyes back here is what we're talking about, and it couldn't be more prominent. It couldn't be more stunning and dramatic, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what makes a great first appearance that takes off. First appearance,
first cover. Now, since you brought that up, before we close it out, here is the main cover that this one is based on. So just an FYI. So that's cover A.
Oh, cool. I like
There's
that
Insomnia.
too, obviously.
Yeah. That's his first cover right there in the background.
Very
right,
cool.
There's our heroes. Dead Man is featured prominently in this storyline. Yeah, Dead Man is.
Love me some Dead Man.
Going to be a lot of Dead Man in this. Apparently him and Batman team up. But yeah, that's Insomnia on his cover appearance. But yeah, what can you say, man?
Love me
that
some
right
some
there.
Neil Adams, Dead Man.
Oh yeah, we all do, man. We all do. So yeah, there you have it. What do you
Have
think
you
about
ever
this?
seen the Jack
What's that?
Kirby Silver Age neon posters, black
No,
light posters?
not at
Check
all.
that out sometime. So Marvel did a whole series of black light posters based on
Really?
Jack Kirby's art, late 60s, early 70s era. You can still find them. They're trippy, but this
Yeah,
is very reminiscent of that.
yeah,
Imagine King Kirby art blown up into a black light poster.
yeah. I did not know that, man. That's
It's
cool.
something to behold. Yeah, yeah, very cool.
No, Astro's right. I love cover A. Absolutely
Yeah, it's
love
cool.
cover A. But and if you want to get a chance to even get this neon black light cover, yeah, it's something you want to go ahead and put that order in. And that's why
Yeah.
looks like this
Well,
coming at number one. They come in higher because they're just harder to get.
yeah. And again, it has so nice cover stock. The extra buck they charge for these cover B's and C's and on, it's worth it by a mile. I mean, it's just such a pleasure to hold that book with the beautiful cover stock that they put on these variants.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one. I will always say that's one way DC is winning. Their artwork
Yeah.
just kills it by far with the cover B's, the cover
Yeah.
stock. Absolutely. Let's do a quick rundown as we always do.
Count them
Countdown.
back. Yeah, let's see them.
Let's go. Starting with number 10, beautiful bounty hunter. Yeah, Boba Fett and Death Stick. Just love
Love it.
that layout. Love it. Archie, Betty and Veronica, friends forever. Dr. Paul just gave the whole breakdown. All the new characters always appear in the top right. So
There it is. Meet the
there
new
it
kid,
is.
Casey. We
New
told
kid
you.
Casey. Keep your
Don't
eyes
blame
out.
us if you miss out.
Don't blame us if you miss out. Number 8, Superman Lost, Mystery Green Lantern. People have been buzzing about this online. If you want to find out, she makes an appearance on cover B. That's Superman Lost number 5. Coming in at number 7. You can't ignore it. It's a death issue. It's Fallen Friend.
Mm-hmm.
The Captain Marvel throwback, 1 in 50 variant, Virgin variant. If you can, grab it around ratio. I feel like that's the one to own. Coming in at number 6. This is actually Amazing Spider-Man 9. Black Cat, Mary Jane, Hellfire Gala, and then just for the Disney people, there you go.
Team Mary Jane. Get the cover. No matter which team you're on, get the cover.
Whatever. Team Black Cat. Coming in at a strong number 5. Spider-Man 7 third print featuring original artwork.
Cover art.
Spider-Boy. That's right. That's right. Still counts as a first appearance. Look, I'm in the camp that multiple prints still count as the first appearance, but that's just me. Discuss amongst yourselves. Coming in at a strong number 4, Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 featuring Sky Spider. The variant is still on the shelf now with his solo variant. This is a Virgin variant.
Very
at
cool.
second print retail price. That
Second
rarely
print,
happens.
open order Virgin variant. Yeah.
Like, when does that ever happen outside of something's killing the children? Like, that's
Yeah, they're mixing it up. Marvel, I don't remember Marvel ever doing that.
never. Boom does it. I've never known Marvel to do it.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul's favorite. This is his favorite. A very strong number 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is Night Terror's number 1. This is the throwback. World's finest. I love everything about this. 1 in 25 ratio. Guys, this is the one. That's
Very
the one
cool.
right there. Go hunt that down. Night Terror's Joker, number 1. This is Alan Qua's rendition of the famous Tech 880 cover. I don't care what you think.
The Jacques homage.
The Jacques homage. Absolutely. This is creepy as shit.
Right?
And, of course, coming in at number 1. Beautiful.
Black light, lava lamp.
Black light, neon
homage.
ink. Yes, this is So this is Night Terror First Blood is the name of the book.
Is this like the core book that is like the mini series that holds it together?
I think this is the bookend. It's like Age of Apocalypse Alpha.
Alpha, right? Yeah. Perfect.
This is Night Terror's First Blood, because if I think the last one's called Dead Blood or In Blood. Blood. This is the first one. Yes. But this cover E, awesome, with that neon ink, that's just a doozy. That's insane.
Yeah, I love it.
Woo! Wow, what a list.
Great list.
Yeah, what a list.
I appreciate you putting it together.
I'll put it together. It'll be released on Instagram tomorrow for those who haven't seen the show yet. Oh, also,
you put a lot of work into it.
I do. I'm going to do something different right after this show ends. I have too many books, and I got to get rid of some. I'm just running out of room. I'm doing an Instagram live sale. So, yeah. As soon as this is over, I'm going to set up and I'm going to be on Instagram live. I'll be transmitting live. If anyone wants to holler at any of us, Dr. Paul, that's his information at Paul. We can give your own information out right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Find me for interaction. Find me on Instagram at paul.kosnick. Check out my channel, Liberty Hill Comics, for content creation, and love to see everybody there. Just want to contribute to the community. So please leave me a comment. Let's have some interaction. That's why we're putting our free time into this. Appreciate it. Hey,
what is your next release on your YouTube channel? Can you give us a little preview?
I'm going to be doing, so today was my big drop for that Green Lantern 13. And then my next drop should be Saturday, and it'll be a Golden Age conservation video. I mostly alternate, and I try to do 3 videos a week. I mostly alternate, so I'll do 2 unboxings one week with 1 conservation video, and then the following week I'll do 2 conservation videos and 1 unboxing. It seems to work out pretty well.
All right, man. And you're still doing all this, giving all this away for free.
True. Yeah. In fact, I did my video that I put this week for conservation I shot like an hour and 20 minutes of raw video for it, edited it down to 50 minutes. I had like literally hours into editing video and writing scripts, and I could have just done that work in an hour probably. But people seem to like it. It's finding an audience, and that's what it's about for me. It's a lot more fun for me to share it with somebody or multiple somebodies than it is to just do it in a vacuum by myself. I do enjoy the work. Yeah, it's more fulfilling if I can share it with folks. So it's worth it.
Okay, that's cool. I dig it.
The same as your list, right? Yeah, I mean, you put so much time into this list, right? And I'm sure you enjoy it for its own sake, but you enjoy more sharing it, right?
Hey, there are other F.O.C. lists out there, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know because I wouldn't look at it, but there's only one worth watching, right?
I couldn't resist. That created such a firestorm. I wasn't even ready for that. I was just like, I'm all like, what the hell? Who else is making a list? This is my list. And I'm like, oh, other people make the list. All right, never mind. But you know what's funny? It was like a backlash. No, it was overwhelming support. And then it was like a slight backlash. But then it was like, okay, I was like, oh, whatever. And then I just took the post down and went on about life. But I actually picked up more followers when I picked up like 12 followers about that. But anyway,
that makes sense.
It was a funny moment that for me, at least. I just enjoy everything. So, but let me what?
Everybody enjoy the hobby. We have way more in common than we have not. And
yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
Picking fights over how we collect or, you know, what we collect is just the silliest thing to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's similar things happen, you know, like in other hobbies. Like it happens in the car hobby too, right? I'm into American cars, and you've got an import, so you suck, right? Come on, we're car guys or we're not, right?
Car guys, that's right.
You know, and in the comic and in really even like larger fandom, let's just enjoy it. Let's appreciate that other people enjoy different things than we do. And yeah, I'm not involved in this hobby to have drama or, you know, I won't engage in it. Right.
Yeah.
That's not why I'm here. So,
hey, I'm about to, I gotta sell some of these F.O.C. books. I got a lot of near mint books. I got a lot of key issues. So yeah, I need to do like a live sale. So I'll be on Instagram Live if you want to just drop in and
I'm going to drop in and say hi.
Cool.
While I'm
once we're done here, I'm gonna set it up and see if anybody wants to buy some of these key books, man.
I'll see you over there.
All right. Everybody, thanks for showing up live. Everybody in the trenches. Astro, it's great to see you, man. As always, Mo, you already know what time it is. That's the homie. And another great show. I can't wait to see what the next list is going to look like. So, yeah, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, man.
Bye,
see y'all on
everyone.
Instagram.